Hey, how's it going? This is Brutes McGee, and I am here with an unboxing of the TMNT Cowabunga collection for PS4. This was the big giant collector's edition that was available on Amazon. I think Amazon is the only one that had it. But look, they shipped my thing out in a bubble mailer, and this thing is just like all beat up everywhere. The entire slipcase is just. I mean, they didn't ship it out in a box, you know? Uh, That's the way it always goes. I should have got the PS5 version. I'm so frustrated. I didn't have a PS5 when I ordered this. I had got one like the next day, or I had ordered one the next day. It was so soon after, and I was like, man, because for some reason those PS5 copies were like these collector's edition copies sold out pretty quickly, and I think they had some more in stock, and I'm not sure if they're back in stock, but all I know is those PS5 and Xbox Series, or the latest Xbox one, those sold out much quicker than the PS4 and the Switch copy. But the disc comes with a PS5 upgrade. It's just now that I have a PS5, if I'm going to get a collector's edition or, a game, of course I want to get it for the new console. With that cool white motif of that PS5 logo, just looks so cool. But PS4, this thing's huge. Let me back up a little bit. You can see the PS4 version also, looks like a giant PS4 game. So I just love those giant boxes. It just would have been cool to get a PS5 collector's edition. But like I said, I didn't even have one at the time. I didn't know if I was going to get one. I had no idea. The next day or something, Sony sent me that email saying, hey, you were picked to, you're ready to buy one tomorrow. Be ready. Let's check this out. Let's open this slipcase. I think the big ticket item in here is the art book, right? And that's always the big ticket for me. And this artwork is supposedly done by, I think it's Kevin Eastman, the original artist. But it's new artwork. Well, let's show the back off real quick. So that's everything that comes with it. Okay. The game, the box, of course, art book, cloth poster, acrylic diorama, 5 pins, and translucent tournament fighters cards. That's interesting. I do love tournament fighters. I was a huge TMNT kid, I was at the perfect age to get into it. I was all in on TMNT action figures, games, everything. And yeah, I had tournament fighters for the SNES. And of course, I had Turtles in Time and some other game, the NES games, and I think one of the Game Boy games I had. Was this not for children? These items are collectible, but they're not toys. Okay, that's interesting. The game, sweet. I really love this artwork that they did for here. I mean, look, you got the old school comic book style, and I guess it's a combination of all the covers. Here's Turtles in Time, right here, and you got the Hyperstone Heist, and I don't know what game those are from. That one either. Perhaps the Game Boy game, or I don't know. But I really like the cover for this. They did a really good job. So there's the game. I guess I'll quickly open that. I don't think there's anything in there. Yes, I wonder if these collector's editions are still available. That way you can see if it's worth it for you to get it. You plan on getting it. Can't believe Konami actually is letting these collections out. Contra, Castlevania, Turtles. What are we gonna get next? Hopefully, we get a DS collection of the Castlevania games. That would be nice. Okay, nothing on there. I don't know. That's a really sharp looking disc. Like the ink is really print. Oh man, reeks of ink. There's a lot of ink smell on there. Ugh. The old TMNT one for NES artwork. Man, what is this? That is some cool artwork right there. What is that from? This bottom one. I mean, this one's cool too, but this, look at in the background right there. You got, I think it's Raph. Yeah, it's Raph or Mikey. Looking all brutal. Cool. Well, not cool. There's nothing in there. No manual, no nothing. But yeah, and it does have the PS5 upgrade. Cool. I just wanted to get the PS5 box, but I didn't know I was getting a PS5. Okay, so it's got these little divider trays. All right. And here's the cloth poster. Okay, let's check that out. Or the cloth. Whatever they called it. Dang it. Doesn't have a little opening? No. Yeah. Would have been nice to have something to put this back in, but that's okay. Oh, that's weird material. Cloth is not the first word that would come to mind. More like canvasy. Oh man, that is huge. That is really cool. Okay, let's see if I can somehow get this with the logo on the top right there. Looks cool. Man, that is huge. Let's see what if I. And I guess this is all brand new artwork from him. I mean, if I'm being 100% honest, it's cool, but I kind of prefer some of the other artwork, that even some of that cool artwork I just showed you on the disc and the box, you know. But apparently this is all brand new artwork from the original creator, right? So they must have paid him some money or struck some sort of deal with him. This is what I forgot about, because I've been collecting a lot of pins lately. This is really cool. Wow, and they're pretty, they feel pretty high quality. Oh, cool. They got that, you can see it in the reflection, that rounded, hard plastic around it. Rubbery, almost. It's not rubbery, but, and it's, of course, die-cast metal under there, right? Yeah, or might not be die-cast, but it's still metal. Wow, that's cool. The Turtle Blimp, Krang, Shredder, Technodrome, and the Turtle Van. Out of and these things look really cool. Let's see if I can get it close up there. That one looks like a sprite, like a, not just a sprite. It looks like an older, 16-bit, like a cutscene, like some sort of cutscene from one of the Super Nintendo games. And that looks like way more modern, And of course, that looks old school. I wonder why the Turtle Van looks like that, and then the rest of them are very much look like just pulled out of the game and put on these really cool high quality pins. I'm really happy with those pins. That's cool. Let's hurry up and get to the stupid, what is it, the art book, because that's the main thing I wanted to check out. And that's the main thing to check out anyway, right? But, oh, I forgot about those cards in the acrylic thing. Man, it's been one hell of a day. Okay, and I wonder if there was a way to open that cloth one, unless I just ruined the bag. Doesn't matter. So these are the Tournament Fighters cards, right? These are lenticular? No, these aren't oh, they're, let's do one of, they're like slight, I mean, you can't see through it at all. I mean, you can kind of see through it a little bit. That's crazy. That's weird. So, tournament fighters. And okay, the back is nothing. Okay, cool. Well, let's just go through these real quick. Yeah, Michelangelo with that uppercut attack he can do. I never figured out how to do it properly. I always just crouched and just mashed the light punch button. And then eventually, if you move the D-pad, he'll do the super uppercut like that. Donnie with his, oh, that was his super. It was the dragon attack. You fill up a bar, and this is for the fighting game tournament. Obviously, tournament fighters is right there. At least in the Super Nintendo version, you can fill up a bar, and you can do a super special. And Donatello's was a giant dragon that went across the screen. Well, these are interesting. This would be a cool collectible to get in other collector's editions because they don't look like they're that high, that expensive to produce, but they're also, it's not like super thick, crazy card either. What I'm trying to say is it doesn't feel cheap, but it's not like a lenticular, crazy Japanese, special placard. It's just a cool collectible. Like I said, it's been one hell of a day. Really think straight. Armagon, of course, featured in the fighting game, of course, the Super Nintendo one. Asuka, another one. I forgot the whole story on her. She was changed, or I think she's the only original character in the game. I could be wrong. She was supposed to be somebody else. Not 100% sure. Chrome Dome. And these are mostly characters from the comics. Karai. Very interesting material. Almost something like you would get in the 90s. You would get collectibles like this. But these are higher quality than that for sure. Oh, the Rat King. One of my favorite characters from Ninja Turtles. So mad that I threw away all my Turtles toys. I had the Rat King vehicle, the one that you destroy in the video games. I had the Technodrome. I had everything. Well, I didn't have like the blimp and stuff. I just had the hard plastic stuff. Anything probably just very destroyable, like that rubber blow up blimp or whatever it was. I don't think my parents would be buying me that because they knew I would probably break it. War, one of the most annoying enemies in that game. Wingnut, absolute fan favorite, at least for me. Wing Buster, Buster, Buster. Oh, look at the characters in the background. You can tell. So there's some cool artwork with all those. I wondered what those cards were gonna consist of. Because, all these collector's editions say, hey, it comes with collectible plastic cards, and each one is different. You never know which. Okay, so this is that acrylic diorama. This is pretty cool. A lot of companies been doing that. I don't know if I want to set it up. I'll take one out of the package. I'm not going to set it up. Here's the base. And then you would have like that. Or no. Oh, here you go. Cool. Some Castlevania looking cityscape. If Castlevania was in modern day. Almost reminds you of Gotham. Wait, which one do you put in the back? So yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Comes 1, 2, 3, 4. So I guess you would do that and try to light it up from the back. That's kind of weird to set it up like that. Because that makes sense to me, but that's not the way it goes apparently. Oh, okay. See, that doesn't make sense either. Huh, that's interesting. Maybe the base goes backwards. See, then those holes don't seem to line up, or they line up perfectly there. There's only one that can go in that. That's weird. Okay. That's weird. So if that one goes there, then that one can only go there. Okay, so they must be somewhat see-through if they expect you to put Raph here and then Leo like that. That's interesting. I'll have to, you know what I'll do is I'll get all those little acrylic things that I have and probably do a video setting all those up. I wanted to check one out. Of course, we'll check out Raph. Let's hurry up because I want to get to the art book. Oh, wow. So I really didn't need to take that out of the package. They are all milky like that. That is interesting. It's almost like you would need to have a light behind it to be able to enjoy that properly. Because there's only one slot for each one. That's cool. Set them all up. But like I said, and that's weird how they set that up, because the holes are cut out specifically for each one. I wonder why they would be out of order like that, or why would they put Raph in the middle? You know, you saw it. It's just kind of weird. Sorry guys. Anyway, don't want to make this a freaking 30-minute video, because I know that art book is the last thing, right? It should be the last thing. Cool, so the cards and the acrylic diorama. And then, I thought it was going to be a hardcover art book. That's okay. Again, the artwork is just incredible. Love that. Especially, I really love the Super Nintendo box art for Tournament Fighters. I should have grabbed all my TMNT games and put them in the back. I can't do that until I get a proper space. So what are we looking at here? What is it? A guide? Is it the art book? So okay, so the art book. But okay, so they went all out for it for sure. Heck yeah. Oh man, that definitely brings me back to the arcade. So fun going to all the different arcades and pinball spots as a kid. And, I mean, you'd go to a random store, like any corner store would have a random arcade machine in there. At least Street Fighter, but at least a bootleg Street Fighter. Never ever did see that Rainbow Edition as a kid. Only heard about that as an adult, that Street Fighter Rainbow Edition. Let me check out the table of contents again. So, okay, so it just goes through all this. That's really cool that would go through every sprite like that. See, is it every single enemy? So this is Turtles in Time, the arcade. Okay. I'm not as familiar with Turtles in Time in the arcade. I know he's exclusive to the arcade game. And of course, the Super Nintendo cart or game has a bunch of extras on it. Oh, the original game. Yeah, if you didn't know, the Turtles all had the same red headband colors and belt color in the comics. And this is the cover for the very first NES game. And that first NES game is based strictly on the comics. No video game influence. I mean, no cartoon influence. Like this, you can see obviously the cartoon influence is heavy with this right here. Or no, is this... No, this is just the Japanese... See, Japanese game logo and package front artwork. Okay, so that was the Famicom box. That one they took the... That's interesting. So in America, we got this very iconic... It's from the comics, based on the comics, and in Japan, they got that, which is cool. I mean, this is artwork that we've all seen in America. I mean, this stance of Raph alone. I had stickers of this. I drew this on my notebooks. Like, oh wow, what is this? The Turtle Gallery? Man, I wish I read a little bit of katakana or kanji or whatever that is, Japanese. Man, that's cool. Character profile document. Oh, look at the little sprites of April and Splinter. Let's just go through this book a little bit. This is a lot cooler than an art book. See, you never know, man. You just never know when you buy these things, because this is the type of stuff I love. I mean, look, it's even showing you button presses and nothing complex, but it's just cool. Like, these are the original drawings of the animations that they were imagining would happen in the game. Like, it's just so cool. If you love the games and you love the turtles like I do, then this art book is looking to be like a really cool piece of history. Wow. Let's go on. Come on, let's go. I want to see. Of course, I love the TMNT 2 arcade game. That one probably spent the most time in my NES as a very young kid. I was really young when that one came out. But I want to see some Game Boy stuff. I mean, this is all really cool, but let's get to the... Oh, they do show all the sprites too, man. Oh, that's so cool for pixel art. I did play... Oh, I wonder what it was called in Japan. Huh. The arcade game too. But I mean, I'm talking about the Manhattan Project. Sorry. Yeah, so this was the cover for the Manhattan Project. I know I played this as a kid, but only once or twice. But look at this. The Famicom box artwork. Turtles 2, huh? Wonder what the title was. Have to look that up. But yeah, they gave them some extended special moves in that one. And I thought the turtles looked a little funky in their attack animations in the Manhattan Project. Tournament fighters. Oh, there's the cover. Except on the box for the Super Nintendo, he's fighting Armagon. Not this. This character is not even in the Super Nintendo version. I believe that's on the Genesis version, right? I don't know. I don't remember. Oh, this is the NES version. Duh, that's why. Okay, so that's the NES box art. It's so crazy. 1994. That's so crazy that Konami released any game for the NES in '94, but they also released a traditional fighting game. Like, there are no traditional fighting games for the NES besides that, and bootleg Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat clones. Okay, here's some of the Game Boy stuff I wanted to check out. Okay, come on. I do love Game Boy. Let's check out the... Oh, that's cool. I'll give you a little bit of map. Oh, bonus game. Oh, secrets. Cool. Back from the Sewers is pretty good as well. No, I would say the first one. I mean, both the first Game Boy game and the second Game Boy game are extremely simple. Very simple. Don't let anyone tell you that they're masterpieces, because they're just dumb fun. But the third game, which I was lucky enough to get a Game Boy Everdrive a long time ago, when they first came out, I got the first run of Game Boy EverDrives, which means mine's super outdated, but still, I was able to. I didn't know about the third game, so I downloaded it, of course, and played it, and was super shocked that it's this Radical Rescue. Oh man, that's the box art for it. That is insane. It's like the Turtles in Time box art. Like that was drawn by the same person for sure, and it has that same style and everything. Maybe not, but man, it has that same. But anyway, so the third Game Boy game is totally different. You start out as Michelangelo with all three turtles missing, and you got to go rescue them. Radical Rescue, and people call it a Metroidvania, but it's definitely falls into that style of gameplay where you have a whole map and you go around. But this is way before Super Met or that term was coined, and we're way before Symphony of the Night really cemented that style of game. Of course, Super Metroid came up with that whole concept, and there were games before it, like Wonder Boy 3, The Dragon's Trap, where you have your quest-based gameplay. Of course, there's Adventure Island 4, 3 or 4 of it. I think it was number 4. There's games like that, but there was nothing exactly like that, and now games exactly fit into that Metroidvania mold of, oh, does it have that map with the squares and you can see everything? Yep. Can you unlock a double jump? Yep. It has a checklist. So this game, the Game Boy, the third Game Boy game, people call it a Metroidvania, but you have to play it for yourself. It is a good game though. It is difficult. And, oh, sorry. This is obviously the Super Nintendo Turtles in Time, right? Yeah, it says SNES. Let's see. It came out in '92. Man, I don't remember when I got it, but I got it right away when it came out. So it must have been. I didn't get my Super Nintendo until a year or so after that, maybe a couple of years. I got my copy of Turtles in Time. Yeah, Turtles in Time right away. Man, this is just a cool book. So I just wanted to see those. The Genesis version of Tournament Fighters. No, it's a Super Nintendo. Okay. Hyperstone Heist, super underrated. It's different than Turtles in Time. I still love it. The cover, I love the cover for the Super Nintendo Turtles in Time, but I love the Hyperstone Heist cover just as much. I mean, look at that. I would consider getting that as a tattoo if I had thousands of dollars to get all that detail in there. But that is just the coolest. Like they're looking at a little city, a little version of their city. Like that's so in the artwork, the style of the turtles. Anyway, well, thanks for watching. Is that it, man? Oh, look at the back cover. That's really cool. Like, look at that artwork. That artwork right there. That would have been cool for the original artist, Kevin Eastman, to base his artwork a little bit more on the wide-eyed style and do his own unique thing with it. But man, that is a really cool. That would be a cool poster. Awesome. I think that's it. Yeah. And that's the bottom of the box. Big hole in there for some reason. Man, sturdy. Alright, well, thanks for watching my unboxing of the TMNT Cowabunga Collection Collector's Edition, I guess you call it. It was available from Amazon. Wow. If it's worth it for you, then I don't even want to look at the prices now. I don't know what the reseller market would be, but hey, maybe Amazon has it in stock still. Who knows? I wish I would have got it for the PS5. Hey, how was I supposed to know I was gonna get one, right? Anyway, thanks for watching. This is Brutes McGee, and oh, don't forget, post any notifications in the comments down below. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.